Hey guys, thanks for coming to meet with me this afternoon. Hey, we've got a big project we need to talk about here, okay? Miss Kathy has a birthday coming up.
Oh.
Yeah, okay? So here's what we want to do. As a campus, we want to give her a surprise birthday party. But you know how it goes around at our school. It's really hard to keep a secret. So I wanted to bring you all together to help me think about how we can plan this party and how we can keep it a secret. And so as I was thinking about the work that we need to do, I actually have a tool that I want to use with us so that we can plan everything out. And it's called an ambitious target. So we're going to do an ambitious target around Miss Kathy's surprise party. And this is really simple, but I really think it's going to help us figure out everything that we need to do to have a great party and to keep it a secret. So I gave you a couple of things in front of you. You have two different color sticky notes. The first thing that I'm going to ask you to do is think about throwing a surprise party here at our school and think about making a great party but keeping it a surprise for Miss Kathy. On the light green sticky notes, I would like for you to think about all the obstacles that we have of throwing a good party here at school and making sure that it stays a secret. Now, on the sticky notes, I just want one or on each note. Don't write a bunch of sticky note. I want just one obstacle on each sticky note. Does that make sense? Now, as you're doing that, you see kind of those blue sticky notes. I want you to something we need to plan for, or if something we need to be thinking about. What's one way that we can accomplish that? One way that we can solve or account for that obstacle? And then we're going to in a few minutes, okay? All right. Sometimes those solutions are kind of hard to come up with, so I'm glad to see people are already coming up with some of their solutions. Glad we already had some ideas. So remember, for each obstacle that you wrote down, try to come up with a solution for each obstacle. For each one, please. Andy, you good?
That's all I can think of right now.
Okay, great. Sissy, you good? And Renee?
Yeah, I'm
Great.
y'all have got great ideas.
Okay, so guys, here's what I want to do. So let's start with let's start with some of our obstacles. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to ask somebody to share an obstacle with me. Now, if you identify the same obstacle, I want you to tell me that also. Okay. So Renee, why don't you start us off? Give us one of the obstacles that you came up with.
Just, how are we gonna pay for it?
Okay.
So the money,
Can I? Money as an obstacle? Oh, you did. Oh, Andy, you did too. Okay, look, I'm going to put them all up here, just so I know we're all thinking about and we the best solution maybe. So Renee, let's go back. What was your solution?
I was thinking about, maybe we can collect money and, we can just collect money.
We can just maybe send something around and collect money from everybody. Sissy, did you have another idea? Another solution?
I did the same thing, just send the envelope. Goes back to another obstacle.
This one right now. So money from people or sending around an envelope, I think that's a great idea. Andy, any thoughts?
The only thing I would is spending money on, buying lunch or something like that, so we could just have a potluck.
Awesome. Awesome. Potluck. Great. We're going to come back and visit these in just a minute. Renee, I'm going to come back to you. Give me another obstacle that you identified.
Just when are we gonna do it? What day of the week?
Great. Okay. When? When is this going to happen? What's the day of the week? Well, sorry. Anybody else have day of the week? Yep. Sissy had what day? Andy?
I put time.
Let's put those together. Yeah, that could work. Let's put those together. So solutions. Renee, your solution to when we're going to do this. Day of the week.
Well, I think this would be great because her birthday is on the waiver day. And
I didn't
so
even think
maybe-
about that.
So maybe we could just do it at lunch, in between the sessions, and that way, it doesn't take away from instruction, but,
Awesome.
we all have to eat, so.
Love that thought. Sissy, did you have an idea?
I thought the same thing. I thought that'd be fun.
Did you really?
Way
Well, see, look, I'm going to put that on top of that one because that's the same solution. That's great. Andy,
After school.
okay, so either one of those would be great. Would be great solutions there. Okay, we got all that there. That's good. Renee, I'm coming back to you. Give me another obstacle that you had.
The menu, what is it that we want to fix? And I was thinking, and this kind of goes back to what Sissy was saying about cost. We could do a potluck and maybe just collect money from the people that don't necessarily want to bring
Oh,
something or.
okay.
Right, or for a gift or flowers.
Yeah,
Well, so
yeah.
Sissy, do I see that in your hand? Did you have menu also?
Yeah.
Oh, let me take your menu. Andy, anything like menu or anything?
I didn't come up with that.
No? Okay. All right, that's good. Okay, so we got those two. And I see
Maybe potluck, I was thinking of.
potluck, okay.
Money as far as like do we do a gift or flowers, or do we just do lunch? I didn't know.
Okay, so that could be something we talk about, that maybe it's potluck and then money we collect maybe for a gift or something like that. Great thinking. Renee, I see that you're out of obstacles. Sissy, you have another obstacle?
Oh, yes, how are we gonna keep it?
Oh, yeah, we said that's a hard. Okay, Sissy, what's your solution?
We send an email out to the staff, and then we collect this, this is, keep it a secret.
Okay. Other obstacle?
Yes, who are we gonna invite?
Okay, so the invitation, who we're gonna invite there? That's great. And so, what was your solution?
All our staff, and then we're gonna be parents and kids.
Okay. Invite staff. Andy, I see you have one more. What did you?
I do. It's set cleanup.
Okay, so I'm going to put that up here.
Yeah.
Since nobody wants to do that, Andy, what is your solution to that? Huh?
Volunteer on either end of the party, like during your period on that day to help set up, and then those who can't or don't want to, maybe they could volunteer to stay after. And
Love it. Love it. Okay.
And the librarian will like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so guys, here's what I want to do. So let's take a look. We've got our obstacles here, but what we're really going to do is we're going to focus on our solutions, okay? And so here's what we need to do. If we really want to organize this and plan this well, we need to put our solutions, or these are the things that we actually need to go and do to accomplish this surprise party. We need to put these in order of what comes first, and then what we need to do next, and then what we need to do after that. So I want you to look at it just for a few minutes and look at everything that we have up there. And let's think about, what do we need to do first? What solution do we need to focus in on first? Do we need to focus on where we're getting the money from? Do we need to focus on the day and the time, what our menu is, how to keep it a secret, who to invite, or maybe how do we do cleanup and setup? What do y'all think?
I'm thinking for me, the first thing is for sure, when are we gonna hold the
Great.
party? What day? Are we
Okay.
gonna-
So date and time is going to be first, okay? So what we have here is waiver day lunch, lunch on waiver day after school. What do y'all think?
I didn't know her birthday was on the waiver.
Oh.
That makes a lot of sense. We're all here, and
Convenient, huh?
So great. So look, lunch on waiver day. I think we can agree on that. I think that's a great idea. That's the first thing that we need to do is our date and our time. We need to communicate that we're going to do this on lunch during waiver day. What do you think comes next? Is it money? Is it menu? How to keep a secret?
maybe after we've set the time, we make sure everyone knows what time.
Okay.
Not to tell Kathy.
So
we
he-
keep it a secret.
So let's how to keep it a secret. So we need to make sure everybody knows, right? So our solution was how to email our staff and let our students know, but also keep it a secret.
But do we need to invite them first?
Well, you know what? Maybe those two go together. You think
Yeah,
those two go
yeah.
together?
I think we
Let's
do.
send out an invite, and maybe it's an email so that we make sure Miss Kathy doesn't know, but that the staff knows and knows to keep it a secret. So we're going to put those two together, invite staff, and then also email Miss Kathy so that everybody knows what it is and what we're going to do. Does that sound like a... Okay, so that's our second thing we're going to do. Okay, look at our solution. What's on our menu? Yeah.
We ask that in the email.
We could do that.
You know, we have a lot of potlucks around here, and people know how to do. So maybe we just keep the potluck, and that way, you know, we get it.
What I think about is we need a plan for who's going to bring what and what's going to happen. So when I see potluck there, let's think about that. So once we've decided on when it's going to be, and once we decide who it's going to be, we're going to invite everybody, sending an email to let them know to keep it a secret and not have Miss Kathy in that email. Once we've invited everybody and they know, then we need to send something around to let people know, what do you want to bring for the potluck? Does that make sense? Okay.
Maybe we could put a sign-up link into the invitation email.
Oh, that's
So that, great thought there too. Third thing is to organize for the potluck. So let's think. We've got setup and cleanup, and we've got how we're going to pay for all this. What do you think comes next?
Do you want to do, since it's a potluck, do we need to do anything with mine? Do we want to do a gift or potluck?
Well, we for sure need to do a cake.
So cake's going to need, so we're going to need a little money for the
I think
cake.
something nice would be,
So I hear y'all talking about the money or the cost side of it, so it
Yeah.
sounds like that's probably what comes next, right?
yeah.
And so what I'm hearing you say is maybe we do need to send something around, like I see here, send an envelope around or collect money. So maybe we do need to send something around to say, how can we get a little bit of money from everybody for a gift or for a cake for the party? Does that sound like what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm going to put that here, and I'm going to put on top, collect money from those, and we know probably what we're going to talk about is sending the envelope around, okay? So that's our fourth thing that we're going to do here. And then the last thing we have up here is clean up and set up, and that's just going to be how we get volunteers to do all that. Does that sound good?
Do you
Okay.
think that could be part of the email too, or just if you're, you know, if you're available? Or do you think that should be a separate step?
What do y'all think? You know what we can do?
Yeah, I think maybe that can come in fifth place, you know,
Okay.
where it's
Yeah,
separate, like,
it
let's
doesn't
have
get
everyone
lost
sign
in
up
the
for
email.
food first.
Yeah, okay, so I like that thinking. That way we make sure that we account for it, right? Okay, so let me go through what we're talking about here. What we're talking about to get this party done is first, we're going to decide on the date and the time. So it's going to be lunch on the waiver day coming up. We need somebody that's going to send out an invite to all staff, leaving Miss Kathy out, letting them know it's a surprise and to keep it a secret. And we need to send around so everybody knows what they're going to bring for the potluck. We're also going to send an envelope around to collect money for the cake and the gift. And then we also need to let people know we're looking for volunteers before or after to set up and to clean up for us. But so we're not done yet. The last thing we need to do is, since we're kind of the team that's working on doing everything, okay? So this we did here is we just, here's when it's going to be, okay? The next thing that we want to do here is, who would be willing to volunteer to send the email to the staff letting them know we're doing a surprise party when we're going to do it? Okay, so I'll put your name there. And we also need to send something around to everybody, getting an idea who's going to bring what for the potluck. Can I get somebody to volunteer to do
I
that?
can do the Google Doc sign up, and I can send you the link, and you can put it in the invitation.
Oh, Andy, that's awesome. That's great thinking there. Then we need to send an envelope around to collect some money for the gift.
I don't mind doing that.
Okay, Renee, you're good?
In fact, I mean, I can get the money, and then I'll go ahead and just order the cake and the flowers
Awesome,
too.
great. Let's see, the last thing we have up there is volunteers, to clean up and to set up and things like that. Guys, let me do that. I think I've got a plan for how we can do that. I know who has a planning period right before you know, and so, you know, let me take care of that. So I'm going to put my name there also. So, you know what, this is really next week. So what I would say is we probably need to get the invite and the information for the potluck. So get that link together by the end of this week. And then I'll follow up with all of y'all about where we're at with everything. And we'll come back together probably at the end of this week and see how things are going. Sound like a good plan?
Sounds great.
I love this tool.
Yeah?
It was so fast.
Awesome. See, no problem.
Yeah.
We got a plan for a party. It's going to be a great party. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your help.
Great.